When people talk about traveling through Asia, one city almost always comes up first: Bangkok. It's the gateway, the starting point, the launch pad, the place where countless adventures seem to begin. And I get it. Bangkok is unforgettable and electric. The first time I landed there, I was stunned. It felt like stepping straight into a cinematic dream. Neon lights bounced off tuk-tuks weaving through traffic. Night markets buzzed with energy and endless movement. The smell of sizzling street food wrapped every corner. It was chaotic, colorful, and intoxicating all at once. For a while, I thought this was Asia. Temples, markets, and non-stop energy defined my experience. Bangkok gave me my first taste of the East, and I'll always be grateful for that introduction. But the more time I spent there, the more I realized something important was missing. Bangkok felt like the doorway, not the destination. As dazzling as it was, it lacked depth. I wanted more than sightseeing and surface-level thrills. I wanted connection, meaning, and a sense of belonging. And then, I found myself in the Philippines. That's where Asia stopped being a postcard memory. It started becoming a lived, breathing experience instead, where strangers didn't just serve food, they shared stories. They invited me to their table with open hearts. Life wasn't just fast and loud, it was warm. It was alive, personal, and deeply human every day. Bangkok may welcome you to Asia's vibrant surface, but if you want to feel its true heart, you'll find it waiting for you in the Philippines. The tourist starting point: why Bangkok is everyone's first stop. For most travelers, Bangkok isn't just another city. It's a rite of passage into Southeast Asian travel. Flights to Thailand are cheap, visas are easy to get. Before you know it, you're standing on Khao San Road, backpack on, pad thai in hand, bargaining over souvenirs. It's where countless Westerners take their first steps into Asia, and in many ways, it feels designed for that. Bangkok is the ultimate training ground for new travelers. Exotic enough to feel adventurous, but still comfortable. You can ride a tuk-tuk to golden temples, get a Thai massage, sip mango smoothies by night. Neon lights reflect off the Chao Phraya River's surface. It's exciting, accessible, and instantly immersive for any visitor. But like any training ground, it has its limits. The longer you stay, the more the charm fades. Crowds press in, tourists chase the same Instagram photo. Markets start to feel repetitive, warmth becomes transactional. Service with a smile? Yes, but still just service. Bangkok is an amazing introduction, but not the destination. Eventually, it starts to feel like skimming the surface. That's when my journey shifted towards something deeper. Thailand dazzled me, but I wanted real connection. Not just a place to explore, but to belong. That search took me a few hours flight away, to a place that didn't just look Asian. It felt alive in a way I never expected. That place was the Philippines, and everything changed there. Discovering the Philippines, first impressions. The first time I landed in Manila was unforgettable. It felt like organized chaos from the very beginning. Jeepneys painted in rainbow colors weaved through traffic lanes. Street vendors shouted out snacks, horns filled the air. It was noisy, messy, and strangely beautiful all at once. But beneath the chaos was something Bangkok didn't offer: a sense of warmth, like the city was smiling. What struck me was how few tourists I saw. In Bangkok, travelers fill every street and market stall. In Manila, I felt more like a curious guest. Not in a bad way, but in a special way. People weren't trying to sell me something constantly. They were genuinely curious. Where are you from? Is this your first time visiting the Philippines? And then there was the language difference that mattered. In Thailand, I relied on gestures and translation apps. But in the Philippines, almost everyone spoke fluent English. It broke down walls and built instant connection. I wasn't just pointing at menus. I was sharing stories, laughing, listening, and having real conversations with locals. That's when I realized I wasn't just being hosted. I was being welcomed, and that changed everything for me. Hospitality and heart. The Filipino welcome. If there's one thing that defines the Philippines, it's people. Nowhere else have strangers become friends so quickly and easily. I got lost in a small provincial town once, trying to find a bus stop, unsure of directions. A local man didn't just point, he walked with me. He chatted the whole way, asked about my travels. He even insisted I try a local street snack. By the time we reached the bus, we were friends. This spirit has a name here. It's called Bayanihan. It means community spirit, helping without expecting anything in return. And it's not just a phrase, it's a daily reality. Neighbors share food, families invite you into their homes. Communities celebrate together as if you've always belonged there. It's a sharp contrast to Thailand's service-oriented hospitality model. Thai people are kind, but interactions often feel transactional. In the Philippines, friendliness isn't a job, it's a way of life. People want to know you, not just serve you. That shift changed how I experienced travel completely. Sightseeing became secondary. Connection became the real adventure. I wasn't a customer anymore. I was a guest. Sometimes, I was even treated like part of the family. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just travel. This was belonging, and it made all the difference. Beyond the beaches, the real beauty of the Philippines. Most people think of beaches when they hear Philippines. Boracay's powdery sand, Palawan's emerald lagoons, Cebu's clear waters. Yes, those places are stunning and deserve the spotlight. They belong on postcards, travel brochures, and drone footage reels. But the real beauty of the Philippines goes deeper. It's in Bino's rice terraces carved by ancient hands. It's in colorful fiestas where towns erupt with celebration. It's in early morning jeepney rides filled with laughter. Strangers squeeze in together, sharing stories as the city wakes. One of my most memorable moments wasn't beach-related at all. It was in Sagada, high in the Cordillera Mountains. I woke early and hiked to a quiet viewpoint. The sun rose, clouds rolled like waves over the valley. The air was crisp, and everything felt alive around me. Locals were already there, sipping coffee and watching the sky. They smiled, offered me a cup, and shared the moment. For a while, I wasn't a traveler. I was just present. That's the real beauty of the Philippines, beyond the scenery. Not just landscapes you see, but life you truly feel. It's not a place designed for perfect photos or postcards. It's a place designed for people, and that's unforgettable. Language and connection. One of the biggest surprises was how easy it felt. In the Philippines, connecting with people came naturally and quickly. In Bangkok, I often relied on pointing at menus. Translation apps helped, but conversations stayed surface level and brief. It wasn't bad. It was part of the adventure, sure, but it always created a barrier I couldn't cross. In the Philippines, that barrier disappeared almost instantly for me. English was everywhere, from taxi drivers to street vendors alike. Even grandparents in small towns could hold full conversations. Suddenly, travel wasn't just observing. It became engaging and personal. I wasn't just learning about the country, I was learning from it. I heard stories, dreams, struggles, and shared my own too. That two-way exchange changed everything about how I traveled. Of course, I still tried to learn local phrases. Saying salamat, mabuhay, or kain tayo always earned a smile. These small efforts showed respect and built deeper cultural bridges. English was the bridge, but respect was the foundation beneath it. Conversations weren't forced or limited. They were natural and meaningful. This shifted my trip from sightseeing to story-sharing moments. From collecting photos to collecting friendships I'll never forget. Community and family-centered life. To understand the Philippines, you must understand family first. Here, life revolves around relationships more than possessions or status. In many places, wealth is measured by what you own. In the Philippines, wealth is measured by who you love. It's common to see multiple generations living under one roof. Grandparents, parents, kids, even cousins and uncles share the same home. At first, I wondered how they managed in small spaces. Then I realized it wasn't about space, it was togetherness. The joy wasn't privacy, it was presence and shared moments. Life events reflect this deeply rooted sense of community. Birthdays aren't just personal, they're celebrations for everyone involved. Graduations, weddings, even small milestones become communal experiences. I attended a small-town fiesta and was blown away. The entire barangay showed up with food, music, and laughter. Neighbors moved in and out like one extended family. It made me reflect on cultures I'd known before. In Bangkok, life often revolved around tourism and commerce. In the West, independence and individualism were highly prized. But here, success isn't standing alone, it's standing together strong. That realization changed how I viewed life and happiness. The spirit of resilience and joy. What amazed me most wasn't just warmth, it was resilience. Life in the Philippines isn't always easy or predictable. Typhoons hit regularly. Traffic in Manila tests your patience. Poverty is real, and challenges are part of daily life. But even in hardship, Filipinos find joy that's contagious. You see it in karaoke nights echoing through neighborhoods. Laughter drowns out worries. Voices rise with fearless joy. Basketball games happen on cracked courts with makeshift hoops. Kids dream big, like NBA stars, despite humble surroundings. Fiestas turn streets into stages for music and celebration. No matter what came before, joy always finds a way. I was invited to a barangay celebration one evening. The food was simple, the decorations modest, but energy soared. Neighbors shared dishes, kids danced, and someone handed me a mic. For hours, joy wasn't escape, it was triumph over hardship. That's when it hit me. Asia isn't just temples. It's not just markets or beaches, it's about spirit. And in the Philippines, that spirit is unbreakable and bright. Culture and heritage beyond tourism. The Philippines isn't just beaches and parties, it's layered culture. Long before colonizers, indigenous tribes thrived across the islands. Their traditions live on in weaving, tattooing, and storytelling. Dances honor the land and ancestors with deep reverence. Centuries of Spanish rule left marks on daily life. Catholic churches rise from plazas. Fiestas celebrate saints joyfully. Even family names reflect that long colonial history clearly. Walking through Vigan feels like stepping into another century. Cobblestone streets and Spanish-style homes tell stories of the past. But laughter and music remind you where you truly are. Then came American influence, adding another cultural layer. English spread widely. Basketball became a national obsession fast. Jeepneys, colorful, repurposed U.S. Army Jeeps, became iconic symbols. Hollywood films mix with local teleseries and pop culture. Western trends blend seamlessly with Filipino traditions and music. What struck me was how the Philippines holds it all. It embraces influences without losing its unique identity or soul. Instead of being overshadowed, it created something truly original. A blend of East and West, old and new. That's why I call it the real Asia today. Not untouched or frozen, but alive, evolving, and deeply proud. The Philippines doesn't fit in a box, and that's its magic. Food as connection. If there's one thing that ties everything together here, it's food. Not just the plate, but the meaning behind it. Filipino cuisine is hearty, flavorful, and deeply communal. Dishes like adobo, sinigang, and lechon are more than meals. Their experience is rooted in family, celebration, and shared tradition. Halo Halo, with its colorful layers and sweet surprises, feels like a perfect metaphor for the Philippines itself. Diverse, joyful, and full of unexpected combinations that work. But what truly sets Filipino food apart is sharing. In the Philippines, eating is never just about consumption. The phrase "kain tayo" means more than "let's eat." It's an embrace, a welcome, a gesture of inclusion. Strangers become friends, and guests become part of the family. I'll never forget a meal in a small town. Locals I'd just met invited me into their home. Plates of adobo and pancit were placed before me. We laughed, we ate, we shared stories like old friends. By the end of the night, I felt at home. Bangkok street food is iconic and unforgettable, no doubt. But in the Philippines, food isn't just flavor, it's belonging. Lessons learned. Why the Philippines is the real Asia. Looking back, my journey taught me something unexpected and profound. Money, success, and flashy experiences don't guarantee happiness or peace. What matters most is belonging, being seen and truly valued. Not for what you spend, but for who you are. Bangkok taught me adventure, chaos, and the thrill of discovery. It gave me my first taste of Asia's energy. For that, I'll always be grateful for the experience. But the Philippines taught me how to live with heart. Joy exists even in challenge, and wealth is connection. Travel isn't just about places, it's about the people you meet. The Philippines isn't polished, and it doesn't run on schedule. But it's real, authentic, and full of soul and warmth. In a world of curated travel and Instagram destinations, authenticity like this is rare and deeply meaningful. That's why I call the Philippines the real Asia. Not because it's untouched, but because it's unfiltered and alive. It's about people more than places, heart more than highlights. It's where Asia becomes part of your personal story. And that's a lesson I'll carry with me forever. Nature, adventure, and daily life. One thing that makes the Philippines truly unique is this. Nature blends seamlessly with daily life in every direction. In Bangkok, escaping traffic means planning a weekend getaway. You need time to reach islands or countryside retreats. But in the Philippines, adventure is always close by. Take Manila, for example, chaotic, noisy, and alive nonstop. Yet within hours, you can reach tall volcano's rim. Smoke curls from its crater as you stand amazed. Or hop a bus to Tagaytay's lakeside mountain views. Even in small towns, nature isn't just a backdrop. It's part of the rhythm of everyday Filipino life. Farmers rise early to tend rice fields with care. Fishermen cast nets as the sun begins to rise. Kids jump into rivers to cool off after school. What stood out wasn't just the stunning landscapes around me. It was how deeply people are connected to them. In the West, nature is something we visit occasionally. In the Philippines, it's woven into everyday living and joy. Hiking to waterfalls after class becomes a normal routine. Playing basketball in tropical rain feels spontaneous and alive. Sharing a picnic by the sea is simply tradition. Life flows with the land, the water, and the sky. It reminded me that real Asia isn't just monuments. It's how ordinary people live in harmony with nature. In the Philippines, nature isn't just scenery, it's part of the soul. When I reflect on this journey, it's crystal clear. Bangkok was the bright doorway into Asia's vibrant world. But the Philippines was the home I truly stepped into. Thailand gave me thrill, flavor, and unforgettable excitement. The Philippines gave me connection, belonging, and shared life. I'm grateful for both. They shaped my path in different ways. Without Bangkok, I may never have taken the leap. Without the Philippines, I wouldn't have found deeper meaning. Bangkok opened the door, but the Philippines filled the room. And that's the message I want to leave with you. Travel isn't about ticking boxes or perfect photo ops. It's about discovering where your heart feels most alive, where strangers become friends, and the world feels familiar. For me, that place was the Philippines. Warm, real, unforgettable. A country that didn't just show me Asia's beauty. It showed me life and how to live it fully. And in the end, isn't that what we're all seeking?